goes on blast and talks on his butt. But that's where I'm at with it. Thanks for letting me talk.
I think we have to look at this as well, and thank you for that, Brian, as if we're playing a chess game, in that we have to look multiple steps, moves ahead, right? So the president started on this with a tweet about a week ago, blasting the judge. And that's when he first suggested that that a district court judge shouldn't have the authority to make a decision such as this. And it caused for, you want to talk the term unprecedented, you got the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court publicly saying, Mr. President, you're wrong. We have a system, and this is how the system works. This is when they called for the impeachment of the judge. And the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court said, wait a minute, this is not an appropriate response to your objection to a temporary restraining order. Now we have the president, as I read at the top, saying, Mr. Chief Justice, I want you to rule that these lower courts don't have jurisdiction. I think the Chief Justice, and I think he's probably speaking for the entire bench. There might be one or two exceptions, but he's certainly speaking for the majority of the bench, probably the entire bench, has already went on the record extrajudicially by the judge, because it was in the public forum, not from the bench, but still he went on the record as saying this argument is not going to fly. What does the president do? He doubles down and makes the argument again, and he publicly addresses the Chief Justice. Now, this is a president who has, in his first term, appointed the best people, the greatest people into positions, until those people have defied him or offered an opinion contrary to his, and then he removes them because they're horrible, horrible people. He goes the other way as well, right? Little Marco is now the Secretary of State. Who would have thunk? But one could, as we look, X number of moves ahead while playing this chess game, reasonably presume that there's a good chance that if, in fact, the government attorneys stand before the Supreme Court and argue that the lower courts don't have jurisdiction in any manner.
Zach, I'm on stage. I think I'm about to get called next. I'm going to read to them what's on Doge on X.
We already know that there's a good chance, a very good chance.
This is Gary Baumgarten's
rule in his favor.
There's a lot of people in there right now.
And then what? Why is he playing this game? Why would he do this? He's not going to remove the Chief Justice from the Supreme Court. That's an appointment for life. So what's he going to do then? And he's got to know that. I'm just curious as to what the end game here is. Unless it's a totally populist game, that is all form and no substance. He knows that he's wrong. He knows he can go nowhere with this, but boy, does it play to his base. That's the only conclusion that I could reach. Maybe some of you have a different conclusion to the question that I'm raising. We'll now go to, and thank you for that, Brian Montseff.
Jesus.
Hey, Gary. The issue that we have here, the way I see it, is not whether the federal judges have gone too far. Federal judges are doing their job. It just happens that when, the president thinks that he is in an unfavorable position in front of a judge, he is going to throw a fit and say, well, I've been mistreated when it was personal to him, or right now, that judge is just a lunatic.